Good evening and welcome back to the little train wreck in the kitchen. We are going to be using our KitchenAid stand mixer to make peanut butter chocolate chip cookies this evening. I know I wasn't supposed to be back until tomorrow with a pumpkin pie, but I just really wanted cookies. So here we are. We're gonna get started with 2 cups of peanut butter. Got my handy dandy Choo Choo spatula. For those of you that like creamy peanut butter, I have nothing against creamy peanut butter. What I do have something against is the Whole Foods creamy peanut butter because it's super oily and I'm like thoroughly disgusted by how like I don't even know what the word is. Like, it's obviously not a solid, but it's also too creamy, if that's even a thing. But then we put it in the fridge and now I can't get it out at all. So we've got a problem. Like, it won't even scrape off this. Oh dear. We already have a train wreck and I'm only on the first ingredient, guys. Taste test. It's kind of like creamy, but with some chunks of peanut butter. So it's a little crunchy too. Let's see, maybe a spoon would be better. Maybe we had it too far in the back of the fridge and it's perhaps frozen. It's a little harder than it normally is. I was just saying how too creamy it is, and then of course now that I've said that, it's hard. Okay, since it's a little bit harder than usual, it's not filling the cup like it normally would. So this might be a guess. That's approximately a cup, guys. Ish. So here's one. Oh, that's kind of in the way. So 1 cup of peanut butter is in. We'll see how this mixes because it's pretty hard. But it calls for 2, so we'll get 1 more. Oh heavens, maybe I should have had this sit out a little while. But normally when it's not been sitting in the back of the fridge, there's a lot of oil sitting on top and it's just oozy, liquidy oozy. So I'm more of a Skippy brand, but we happened to be at Whole Foods a while ago and this is what they had, so we decided to try it. I won't be going back personally to this brand, but I don't know, Whole Foods, I guess it's more healthy for you. I don't know how peanut butter can be more healthy, but what else? And we're at the bottom of the jar and we only have a little left to go for this 2nd cup, so we're just gonna put it all in. Can't have too much peanut butter with peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, so here we go. I'm gonna give a shout out to Aubrey, my former student, who gave me this recipe. It's delicious. So, once you get your peanut butter in, this is the rest of that other cup. Then it calls for a cup of unsalted butter. I've already heated it. Oops. So we're supposed to cream that together. Here we go. It's definitely not as creamy as it typically is, so it's taking a little bit longer. Okay. Then we have brown sugar, a cup of brown sugar. I think that's creamed enough. So I'm using the half cup since I just used the 1 cup for the peanut butter. So if I need 1 cup, I need 2 scoops. 1. Oh man, we're also down to the bottom of the brown sugar, but I don't think that's one that I can just dump in, although it's very low. It's almost full. All right, 1 cup. Oh, and now we've got peanut butter on the bottom. Welcome to my kitchen where I can lick it, since other people won't eat it right now. Then a cup of white sugar, and since I just licked that, I can't put the white sugar in it, or I mean I can't use it to go into the white sugar, so I must scoop it into the cup. Don't forget, tomorrow's episode is going to be pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. I'm super excited. Hope you'll join me. So here's a half cup of white sugar. Oops, I already spilled on the counter. Good thing we don't have ants yet. Oh man, I'm making a bigger mess. I'm pretty sure I'm getting enough sugar on the counter for another half cup. Just a little bit more. There we go. Now, that's 1 cup white sugar. Then it calls for 2 eggs. Oh, I've got peanut butter everywhere, guys. That wasn't supposed to happen. I don't think a shell went in, but I definitely broke it. Okay, that's gonna take a second. Oh dear, we've got drippage. Ew! Disgusting, guys. We'll scoot that mat to the side. I'll clean that up in a little bit. So that's 1 egg. Hopefully the second egg goes better, and I'm hoping there are no shells. I really don't see any. Maybe I should, no, that's good. That was better. That one definitely looks like there's shell. Or it's part of the yolk, but it's pretty dark. Let's just verify that this is not shell. Nope. I don't know what's floating in the yolk, but it's not shell, so we're just gonna let it stay. And we're gonna cream those together. And that gets creamed until it's light and airy. What that means, I don't fully know. Because I don't think of dough as light and airy. But we'll just let it go for a minute. Then, in a separate bowl, we're going to sift flour. Oh heavens, we have lots of sugar here. We need 2 cups of flour. And rinse this. Dry really well. This is a 1/2 cup. For 2 cups, I need 4. Uh-oh. Something does not look right in there because now it's very chunky. Might have missed a step here, guys. 2 cups peanut butter, 1 cup butter, 1 cup brown sugar, 1 cup white sugar, 2 eggs, it's not light and airy. It definitely got thick and clumpy. So, I didn't miss a step though. It said all of those things in that order. So we're just gonna keep going. Now I don't remember how many scoops of flour I put in there. I think it was 2. Hopefully it was only 2. That looks like a lot of flour, guys. So if you already heard me say 3, this is gonna be fascinating how this turns out. It's gonna be a lot of flour.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri, I'm not talking to you. All right, 4-ish, maybe? Then, the baking soda, 1 teaspoon. I hate when there's clumps in the baking soda. Anyone know why there's clumps? And clumps is a gross word too, by the way. That's about a teaspoon. Then a teaspoon of salt. Trying not to dump the salt into the mixture. That's good. Good job. Didn't pour it all in there. So then it says to sift. I feel like this is not the right utensil. But better than nothing. So we're gonna use this. Oh dear. Spillage over the edge. It's all good. So it said to sift this together. Sifting doesn't compute. I have no idea what that means. So I'm gonna assume sift means stir or mix. Because what else would it mean? And then to mix it in to this, which is slightly concerning, but all right. Let's put the handy dandy shield just in case. This is not working well. Ah, here we go. I feel like I'm not getting nearly as much flour into the dough as I should be able to get in because it's spilling over the edge onto the splash guard. Okay. Oh yeah, it's definitely spilling over the edge. This is not light and airy. It's just chunky and crumbly. Hopefully it turns out decent, guys. As of now, it is not following the rules that it was supposed to. But it's mixed, so that's good enough. So then we mix until just blended and then fold in the chocolate chips and the peanut butter chips. Well, since we don't have chocolate chips, I have chocolate bars that I'm going to crush up and make into 1 cup chunks. But I do have peanut butter chips, and so that I can do properly. So peanut butter chips, 1 cup. That's only half. And there's a cup. So then we have our Hershey's chocolate. That I think if we just crush it up, we should be able to make little chocolate chunks. Just like chocolate chips, right? So, we're gonna see if these 2 bars are enough. If it's not enough, then I've got a C's milk chocolate and we'll add that. But that's a last resort because these are precious. All right. I didn't fully think this through. How about a knife? Maybe just 2 halves at a time. Oh my, almost lost the chocolate off the cutting board. And I almost punctured my palm. We're good. Everything is good, guys. Everything is just fine. Okay, I think these are big enough pieces, so some pieces larger than others. This is definitely bigger than a chocolate chip. For comparison, here's a peanut butter chip on top of, let me see if I can make that. So, significantly larger, but hey, it'll work. All the other pieces are smaller. And we need a whole cup. So right now, I haven't even filled a full half cup. And we're starting on the second set. I feel like this is a brilliant idea, if I do say so myself. It was actually Mickey's genius idea a while ago when we needed chocolate. Trying to make them smaller than the last time, but they're just becoming chocolate shavings. So, we'll fill this one. Definitely have a lot more shavings on this one. All right, there's a half a cup. Uh-oh. Part of my cutting board just chipped off into the chocolate shavings. That's a problem. Now I have to figure out which is chocolate and which is wood. Okay, figured it out. We're good, guys. Now we're definitely going to need to chop up this C's, sadly, because the only other Hershey's bar I have is white chocolate. And even if I don't know what I'm doing on most recipes, that I do know. Do not, under any circumstances, think that white chocolate and milk chocolate are the same thing, because they are not. And this bar has definitely been melted and re-solidified a few times. So this should be interesting. It probably was in my backpack, my work backpack, for a while before I actually brought it home. Now I can't get the paper off. Ah, there we go. Alrighty. Chop this guy up. I have a bad feeling about how chunky this is. I feel like I'm missing an ingredient, a liquid ingredient. And I've made this recipe before. This is not what it's looked like in the past. So we'll see what happens. It'll be great. All right, this is the other half. It's quite the mess here. And we'll just scrape up the last bits and toss those in. All right. So then fold in the chocolate chips and the peanut butter chips. Not really sure how folding this is going to be, but that's secured. Maybe I should have the shield on. Things are getting a little close to the top. It looks like graham cracker crumbs, guys. I don't think that this is supposed to look like graham cracker crumbs. There's no mixing happening here. I take that back. It's mixed, but there's no clumpage. So nothing's sticking together. Let me look at this recipe again. Cream the peanut butter and the unsalted butter together. I did that. Then add the brown sugar, the white sugar, and eggs. And again, it was 2 cups of peanut butter, 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of brown sugar, and 1 cup of white sugar. Let's make sure I was using the 1/2 cup. Yes. It could be that I used perhaps an extra 1/2 cup of flour. If you were counting earlier, maybe that's the problem. I'm not quite sure. But I was definitely using the 1/2 cup. Well, that's good. The 2 eggs, 2 cups of flour. Hopefully, that was 2 cups of flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, chocolate chips, and peanut butter chips. Yep, I definitely followed the directions minus the potential of too much flour when I got distracted. Because this should be covered in dough, right? Normally, cookie dough, all stuck to it, excited to lick it off. Notice how there's nothing on it, just crumbs. So, we have a large problem because the next instruction is to scoop them into balls and put them onto, but look at this. It's just crumbs, nothing sticking together. So, we have a large problem here. Let's see if I squish it together, if they become cookie balls. So we've got our sheet. Oh man, guys, this is... Okay, so I've got a clump. I mean, it kind of, oh no, as soon as I start to try and round it, it just starts to fall apart. So it's kind of a ball, but super delicate. That's huge. But that'll be all right. Stay together, little guy. Stay together. So this recipe we've made many a times. And when I told Mickey that I was going to record this, she was like, we've made it so many times. You know what to do. And I said, oh, I know, but there's so much that could happen. See, now this is why I record sometimes. Because of these moments when things just become crumbs and they're supposed to be dough. And so we'll make some huge ones, see how they turn out, and the second sheet will be smaller ones. Whoa, these got bigger than the first two. Hold on. Okay. I don't even know what to think of this. This is a mess is what this is. Okay. We've got 4. Maybe, oh man, the first one's already like coming apart. This is not a good sign, guys. This is a terrible sign. If they're already falling apart and they haven't even made it into the oven, I don't even know. These are like golf ball. No, these are bigger than a golf ball, actually. These are probably close to a tennis ball size. Slightly smaller, but definitely bigger than a golf ball. That one's huge. Oh, heavens. I'm pretty sure my second graders could make cookies better than I can. Or even my nephews who are younger than my second graders. All right. We've got huge cookie mound crumble. Don't want to tip it too far, but there you go. You can kind of see them. They're going in the oven, and we'll see them shortly. 12 to 15 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
Let's double check the temperature. Whoa. We only want it to be at 350, but it is almost 375. And I only have it set at 325, so I had to turn it down a little. The next sheet, we're gonna try to make them smaller. I feel like I didn't get any chocolate in on that one. Whoopsie. It would help if it was mixed properly. It would be an even amount. Oh, this won't even like clump anymore. Oh, there we go. Just got to put it in my warm hand and make it semi-melt together. So we've got smaller, maybe golf ball size. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to have to tell you what Mickey thinks when she sees these, because she left me to make these because she said, like I told you, you've made them so many times. You know what to do. And then she's going to see this disaster and go, what happened? Because this time she's not listening in on this recording. Normally she's nearby. So these are significantly smaller. I can actually fit 3 across this time instead of just 2 giant chunks across. Hi, Frappuccino. I'm actually very surprised that the cats have not been interested in what disastrous cooking has been happening in here. especially Cappuccino. He's far more interested in food. I mean, this cookie crumble just doesn't get easier. I keep thinking, oh, maybe at the bottom it got more mixed. It did not. It just looks like I said, graham cracker with chocolate and butterscotch. Well, not butterscotch. What did I call it? Peanut butter chips mixed in. And then perhaps a little wet or damp. That's the butter. So once these finish in the oven, I'll post a picture with how they taste. And then this might be a glimpse into what tomorrow's pumpkin pie fiasco is going to be like. I hope not, because that definitely needs, I can't even clump that. Hold on. Because the pumpkin pie, my family is actually eating for Thanksgiving. So I kind of need that to work out. Whereas these cookies, like, I can just, I don't know, drink my milk and then throw some of this in my mouth. The cookie crumble in my mouth, and it'll taste fine. Whereas pumpkin pie, you can't really do that. It kind of is a staple of Thanksgiving. Can't screw it up. But I volunteered to try something new since I'm not making the turkey, since there's only a small amount of us. Just my Nani and me on Thursday. And then we'll see if anyone's going to want leftovers later on in the week. And I'm pretty sure these cookie balls are becoming significantly bigger than the first row. So maybe I need to make them a little smaller. They're not sticking together nearly as well as they were. So I don't know if it's drying out or just the cookie crumble isn't really working anywhere. These ones are staying together a little bit better than the last ones. Perhaps that's because they're bigger. On the first pan. That's huge now. I hope these things don't spill over the edge of the pan. That would be so gross. Well, what a mess. I was going to blame this whole problem on the peanut butter being oily, but we've used this peanut butter in this recipe before, so it didn't turn out like this the last time. I really wish I could have blamed it on that, but I cannot. So, let's see how the first ones are doing. Well, some have already fallen apart and they are not flattening. So we just have cookie mounds as of right now. Like I said, I will post a picture with how delectable they are going to be after they're done in approximately however many minutes, because the time has left my watch. So I hope the timer's still going, and then I'll post when I can. So hope you had a lovely time watching, and as you can see, this was another little train wreck in my kitchen. So my name has continued on as the little train wreck in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this episode of peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. And if you ever do this recipe, I hope it turns out to actually be dough that you can turn into cookie balls. But until next time, which is tomorrow, we will be making pumpkin pie. And so I'm super excited. Like I said, I really hope this is significantly better tomorrow than it is currently. And happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks for watching. Bye.